This car was a milestone. The engine was spectacular, the M88.
Think how much it's leaped forward in sophistication.
Here's a special car in the collection. One of the greats. It's the M1, the first true M car. Let's just take in the beauty of it.
What does it mean from a perspective of BMW North America to have this car in the collection?
I think it's crucial to have an M1 in the collection. If you're telling the history of M, you have to have the first M car. Most people recognize it because they see the kidney grille, they see the logos in the back, and they go, oh, it's a BMW.
Yeah.
But truly, they don't know what era it's from.
Yeah.
And to think that it's a 1979, 1980 era car, it really was quite a stunner for those days.
I think the thing I love about this is it's the most Italian BMW of the lot in some ways. It was manufactured in part in Italy. I mean, it is, in its heart and soul, the most Italian BMW of the lot.
Yeah.
And it's a racing car.
Good point. Jochen Nerpasch told us that when they were developing the CSL, to turn that from a street car into a race car was extremely expensive. A lot of parts had to be replaced. So the idea was to start with a race car and then make the street car that you had to make in order to be able to go race. And as a race car, it met that criteria.
That's a really important point because people tend to, as we said earlier, think of it as a supercar, but it was designed in order to be an affordable racing car. You think how much it's leaped forward in sophistication and
in style and look and design and performance as well.
It could have had a V8, could have had a V10. And so they were really trying to figure out what would be the engine to package in it. Mm-hmm. And the engineering comes from a well-known supercar manufacturer that worked with BMW under contract to do the chassis design. All of the space frame, all the tubular chassis underneath. And the supercar manufacturer said to BMW, you've got 8 weeks to decide what engine you're going to put in it to meet the time frame to get the car ready for production.
Well, again, racing waits for no one.
But they literally had 8 weeks to decide whether to go with a V8 or a V10. And time dragged on. So Ital Design, which was styling this car, were designing it for a different engine. It's designed originally to be longer than this, and to bring up the height, to put that taller six-cylinder engine, it means there's a lot of mass poking the car up quite high at the rear. So basically, it's just truncated the design. This is probably one of the coolest things, is these vents down the side. They help hide the height of the engine, because it makes the eye run right the way down the line of the car. It's a really cool piece of design.
This car has stood the test of time extremely well.
Yeah.
And from a design standpoint, we should mention the taillights are recognizable because taillights were incredibly difficult to do or very, very expensive. So a lot of supercars in those days would have lights from a different car.
Right, they're from an E24 6 Series that just repurposed. There's a lot of airflow. I mean, that's one of the things you don't see today. It's just holes in the roof for airflow. And you've got vents there. But one of the coolest things there is, and it was added late, was these vents just behind the window, because I'm sure most people don't even see those. And these side vents, it's just a really cool touch of hiding and bringing interest to the shape there. It's a really clever piece of design execution there.
And then as we move forward, the front is really, again, airflow. You don't want the air going underneath the car, you want it coming over. So after it goes through the radiator, it's over the windshield. Pop-up headlights, again, to keep the front lower.
And very 70s, of course.
And very 70s, exactly. We have better solutions now, but at the time, that was the absolute best you could have. And then when we get down to the front, it's another homage to the turbo concept show car with the small kidney grille in the middle.
Because it's a fiberglass, the shapes on it are obviously flowing differently than if you stamped it in metal. So some of these shapes I see here, you'd never be able to form in metal because
they're quite rounded, yes.
Yes, they're quite rounded. They suit this style of manufacturer. And this I love, because this sort of lingered around as a design motif forever. It's sort of antenna on the roof. It's like sort of secret agent thing.
This car was a milestone. The engine was spectacular, the M88, and lived on into the first M5, right, the E28. So now you've taken supercar performance and put it into a sedan. It's changed. They're not mid-engines anymore. Sure, they're not race cars built for the street at 400 units. but the feel and the M-ness of it is still there. We haven't looked at the engine yet. We have to do that. So let's open this up. So what we have underneath, here's the M88 engine, the inline six. You can see the headers on it are very exposed there and equal length, so very racy stuff. Separate oil tank on the side, so it's a dry sump engine, which is very race car stuff. And in this car, it's an electronic ignition and again, fuel injected. Compared to the Italian supercars of its era, this one has a very roomy interior. We'll have a look at it. Have you driven one of these before?
I haven't. I mean, it's on my bucket list of ones.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
Well, we'll have you sit in it. It's typical BMW instrumentation in front, some creature comforts in the middle part, and then your windows and various other switches in the middle here.
But the actual parts, you can see it's like an Italian low-volume car.
It is very much so.
And it's a simplicity to the construction that you wouldn't see on a series production
No.
car.
No. Again, they were only planning to make 400 of them. Even though M1s were not officially sold in the United States,
Right.
it's a car that's critical to telling the history of BMW M. Now it's well over 25 years, so it can be imported, and there are several in the country. It's been here for the last 20 years or so with us.
What this car is a car that was ready to go Group 4 racing. You got to remember what this thing weighs,
Right.
which is about as much as my shoe. The reality is that made for a fast
But you know
car.
what? It doesn't really matter. It's the visceral impression you get when you drive it. The engine right behind you, you hear the intake noise. It's fantastic.
I think it's great. I mean, driving this thing is everybody's dream, isn't it? To drive an M1 on the track. And the thing I notice about it is just, it's so obviously mid-engine. Steering lightens up as you go into the turns. It's great.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful experience. It doesn't feel like it's got any particular vices. I mean, it really does feel properly sorted.
Yeah.
And it feels strong. It feels like a strong car.
Wait until you hear it at full throttle.
So this is one of my favorite shots in the book here because it gets the family, if you like, together. It's probably the first and only time you've got the original Paul Bratt, we mentioned earlier, E25 show car with the two roundels.
Yes.
I had it.
The turbo concept.
The turbo concept. Then we have the car we've got here, the M1, and then the M1 Homage, which was the time it nearly came back as well. So there's three generations there.
8 years after the turbo concept, it's now on.
Oh, totally, yeah. Well, and the brief that was given to Giugiaro was find a productionized version of this car. It's not like it's coincident they look similar. It was to update, and this car actually pays a direct relationship and homage, if you like, to that car. And what a wonderful drawing that is.
Yes, and part of the whole M1 legacy. So in terms of the heritage of BMW M, this is a critical car.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It raised the bar a little bit, and the cars that follow had to never be weaker than where it started.
Many think it's an absolutely modern car.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, it's a testament to its design.
And it lived on into the M5.